parents, carers, and all the teachers who joined us today. Welcome to this historical Year 6 award ceremony. It's the very first virtual award ceremony that we're having. So just to show you that even though you're not here with us, we're still thinking about you, we still care so much about you. We try to make this as real as possible. For example, this is a green screen. And we actually had to put out chairs with your names on them so that even if you're not here, we're imagining your beautiful faces sitting in these chairs and taking part in the ceremony. So without further ado, let me hand over to Mr. Marriott.
Welcome, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This has certainly been a momentous year, full of surprises, emotion, and of course lots of learning. Not only have you learned what Year 6 children normally learn this year, but you've experienced so much more in many different and wonderful ways. 2020 has been a year worth remembering for so many reasons. It will be remembered mainly as the year of COVID-19. And you could be forgiven for feeling that you've lost out. Unfortunately, for example, it was not possible for you to go on your residential trip to South Africa, or for you to have the experience of planning, practicing for, and undertaking your end-of-year SATs, like all of those who went before you. These are elements of being at our school that all those who've gone before have experienced. But I sincerely hope that you're able to, and many of you would have already, reflect on what you have been gifted by this pandemic. You have been the first generation in the history of humankind to experience learning at home on a mass scale. You've been given the chance to exercise your innate and natural knowledge of technology, something which many of your teachers have stood in awe of. Indeed, many of you have even taught your teachers things about technology, and surprisingly, the way that you've all worked together with your teachers has resulted in a true learning experience for them as well. Who would have thought 3 months ago that you would even be able to have an online sports day, or get the chance to build dens to share with your friends and teachers online? These are all tools which will stand you in such great stead as you grow up and enter the enormous and exciting world of teenage and adulthood. And contrary to what you may believe, many others in the world have not had that grounding to the level that you have, even now. You've also had the tremendous opportunity to bond with your families while you all work from home, getting to know each other in this context rather than just meeting up over dinner in the evenings, like so many of us are used to. I don't know about you, but I certainly feel richer for having those strengthened bonds with my family. I have seen how each of you has grown over this period in one way or another, and it makes me so proud to have been a part of your lives as you have faced different challenges and experienced your successes throughout the years. And these successes, no matter how small, will live with you forever. They will become part of who you are, so cherish them. So much has happened to us as a group over the past few months, and I am sure that you all will have stories to tell your friends now and your families as you grow older. You are the COVID generation. So in short, I guess I'm saying that you should reflect on all the positives and make what you have learned about yourself work for you in your futures. You have been a fabulous year group. Many of you have been with us right the way through the school and together. You are the year group who has had the longest time with our values, and we have watched you grow and embody these values in all that you do. These values have stood you in great stead over the course of your time at our school, during these last few months, where you've endeavoured to take on new skills and of course be very successful at it. You've built friendships based on these values, and these friendships will, in many cases, last your entire lifetime because of this. You've practiced our school values as a team, and you've become a family of St Andrew's children that this school will never forget, for all the right reasons. So what happens next? I suppose this is the question that we, your teachers, will wait to see. We will be watching you with interest as you take your next steps forward into high school. And many of you will go together to the same schools. And many of you will be going to different schools. But the important thing though is that regardless of what happens in your life next year, we know that you are well prepared. Not only your academics, which I know will provide you with a solid base, but also socially. With your levels of independence and your understanding of how the world works in this new age, and with a great set of personal values, you will have advantages that will keep you going for the rest of your lives. And one day, when you look back on your last year at St Andrews and your time at St Andrews, I do hope that you will remember this time with fondness and perhaps come and visit, or even pick up your phone to speak to someone from here. We would always love to hear from you. And of course, it goes without saying that you will always be welcome back here, and we will always remember you as a member of our growing St Andrews family. So good luck.
Wait a minute. Is this the recording? Is this recording? I'm not even ready. And I need to wipe down the camera. Good evening, mom, dads, caregivers. Good evening, teachers. And of course, a big, warm, wonderful, enthusiastic, warm welcome and good evening to you, our honored guests, the children. Wow, where do I start? And if I start, will I be able to finish? I have to find a space somewhere in between and hope I will be able to share with you what is true and also what is from my heart. You guys walked into year 6, a bundle of emotion, drizzled and draped in excitement. Some of you had a splash of nervousness wrapped together with sheer panic. Some were confident and ready for war. The war of SATs, the war of growth, and of course the war of self-discovery. Others were sad that this would be the last year of primary. Already in term 1, you knew that the space and time you were in represented the unfolding of a new chapter. Mr. Marriott has asked a question. What next? Whatever it is, know that high school is just part of the journey. Know that you already have inside of you, with you, and around you what you need to thrive and survive. You are dedicated, fun, kind, honest, charismatic, enthusiastic, creative, and remarkable. You have risen to every occasion and have created with a purpose. You guys are more than ready for high school. We celebrate with you and are cheering you on all the
3, 2, 1. Hi there everybody, I hope you're enjoying the awards evening, and it's a pleasure to stand here in front of you and deliver a speech from here to you through your screens. And I do want to thank Miss Bishop for being an amazing teaching partner in Year 6 this year and for giving you so many great experiences in your writing. I'll miss her as she goes down to Key Stage 1, and I wish her well and thank her on your behalf too. Before coming to St Andrews, I was a teacher at a small primary school in the Lake District in the UK. I loved it there, but after 8 years, I was ready to move on. Since deciding to become a teacher, one of my goals has been to teach in as many different settings and environments, and that desire brought me here. Getting on the plane, Mrs. Lyles and I, leaving our lives behind, we were nervous. What would Malawi be like? How would life be different? What would the children that I would teach be like? Less than a week after arriving in this brand new, vivid, beautiful country, I stood in front of you. And I was terrified for only one reason: the size of you. Year 3s are tiny, right? And believe me, it was a real learning curve getting to know you and how to work with you. However, you were the perfect introduction to St Andrews and Malawi. And at that point, you were already Model St Andrews students. From day one until this moment, it has been the biggest privilege to have been a part of your lives over the last 4 years. So, whether or not I worked with you again, you were already a special year group for me. My first class, my first year group in the warm heart of Africa. When I moved up to Year 6 the following year, my first thought was, well, if I don't mess up teaching Year 6s, I might get to work with you again. And eventually, you finally arrived once more to the doorstep of my class. Older, taller, slightly deeper voices, more vivid haircuts, more confident, more articulate, and more detailed as people. But what was really uplifting was the fact that in the 2 years between, they didn't change you as characters. You remained imaginative, creative, close, humble, patient, caring and honest, to me and to one another, and even when no one's watching. Robin Williams was an actor who was a big influence on me, and he once said, "You're only given a little spark of madness. You mustn't lose it." You all have a spark that is unique to you. It can make you see, imagine, work out and tackle what life throws at you in a way that no one else can. For some of you, it has already helped you to work out who you are and what you'd like to do with your life. For others, you're still figuring things out and don't have all the answers. But that doesn't matter. You're still living true to yourself. This year group is full of characters, originality and creativity. Growing up and becoming adults has a funny way of knocking that uniqueness out of you, or at the very least, making you hide the best of you. And I urge you to hold on to that spark with all your strength. Finally, you are ready to move on to a new challenge and beyond St Andrews, just like Mrs. Lyles and I had to do 4 years ago coming here. The future is full of unknowns and newness. Who will you meet? Where will you go? What will you accomplish? Change can be scary and exciting in equal measure. But that is living. And as Lauren Bacall once said, standing still is the fastest way of moving backwards in a rapidly changing world. So walk, run, dance, shimmy, glide, jazz hands, break dance, worm. However you move, go forwards. Be kind and enjoy life. Take care.
Good evening, Year 6, on this auspicious occasion. I am so excited about this. I've dressed up for it. I've got high heel shoes on. I've got makeup. I've got fancy earrings. I've blow dried my hair, just to show you how important this is. And it's also because Miss Cheerway is such a fashionable teaching counterpart. I'm not mentioning Mr. Lyles with that. You saw his shorts. That doesn't mean he's not been awesome to work with and taught me a lot. Speaking about teaching a lot, somebody very deserving is receiving the Academic Award for English. This is going to Orion. Not only does Orion have a fantastic way with words, she puts them together in ways that are engaging and entertaining. She also has an understanding of the intricacies of the English language when it comes to spelling, punctuation and grammar, putting them all together in a way that flows really well. I'm sure that this is going to stand her in good stead as she pursues her career of becoming a lawyer. She's going to wow those courtrooms with her rhetoric. Congratulations, Orion, on your award.
It is my pleasure to announce 2 awards to a single recipient. This person has knocked it out academically for their attainment in maths overall, but for their attainment in every subject across the curriculum. And that's not just come about easily. This person's worked hard, he's been dedicated to getting better, and he's been brilliant. He's been truly marvellous at helping others out as well, which is great. It's not just about being good, it's about what you do with it. And this person is receiving the award for mathematical attainment, and he's also receiving the award for overall attainment. And I'm delighted to announce that both of those awards are going to Arthur Rylance. Congratulations. So, when we started to have discussions about the Endeavour Award, we decided we're going to do it for 6L and 6C, but for the person receiving it from 6L, it was unanimous and an almost immediate agreement across the teachers in Year 6. This person has worked so hard to get better in their academic work, but their attitude to learning and their attitude to life is just wonderful. They do not give up. That's endeavouring in a nutshell. And because of that, this person's made so much progress that I'm really, really proud of. So the 6L recipient of the Endeavour Award is Matthew Hutton. Well done, Matthew.
The next award is all about progress, something we find very important to celebrate. And this year, the Learner of the Year award goes to 2 people who have embraced the challenges of learning, and they've put in 100% of their effort, and in turn, they've come out on top. So we celebrate you. Well done to our recipients of this award, Kimberly Koromana and Jason Trinidad. Well done to you.
So well done for all the sports you've been doing throughout the year, but we are going to have to announce some winners. So for our ladies, I want to give a special mention to Charlotte. She has been incredible this year with her swimming. She's improved no end. She was our Victrix Adorum in the Interhouse Gala, and she's just been absolutely brilliant. but she's been picked to the post for the Sportswoman of the Year by Ratipa Tembo. Ratipa has just been amazing with the netball team and the hockey team. She was captain for both of those and she really pushed the standards so high. Mrs. Phillips couldn't speak highly enough of you, of how you have been with the team as a captain for both of those sports, and we've just been so impressed with the way you have led those teams and the way you've improved as a sportswoman throughout the year. The boys, it's been a very another hard choice. We've had some amazing swimmers, Matus, Andrew, Matthew in the pool, Arthur has improved no end, Levy as well. The improvement has been outstanding in the swimming pool. And then we've had some great people on the rugby pitch, on the football pitch, and in the hockey teams with people like Aguino, Joseph, Linga, Eugene. So we've really struggled to pick a sports person of the year for the boys. But the person we've gone with is Joseph Kachala. We think he's just been absolutely amazing. He's been the captain for our rugby team, captain for our football team. He always leads by example. He always puts in 100% effort. He doesn't know when he's beaten, and he's just been an outstanding sports person for this year. So thank you, Year Sixes. Well done for your sports. I hope you keep up for your sports when you go to high school. Remember that lesson. Losing can always teach you something. It's how you respond after those defeats. Thank you very much for this year. Well done.
Boys and girls, we have a new award, a brand new award that we have created just for, well, on reflection of what's been going on and happening this year. We decided to call this new award the Lifelong Learner Award. And this award is designed to give to somebody who really takes learning, their own learning, very seriously, but also that they just seem to learn from everywhere that they go. And that they take that learning and they apply it to their daily lives. And it just shows, it shines out from them as individuals, both in the classroom, out on the sports field, in the IT room, wherever that may be. It's very obvious that these people are becoming lifelong, or have already become lifelong learners. And this year, the very first recipients of our Lifelong Learner Award in 6L, this goes to Muda, for his efforts that he has put into the development of a whole online business. And many of you are already employed by him, I believe. And then in 6C, it goes to Bueno for always asking questions, never feeling that he can't ask a question, always showing that he really values learning as something that really is deep inside of him. So well done to Muda and to Bueno for being our first ever lifelong learners.
Well, Year Sixes, you've come to the end of your primary school careers, and I want to wish you a massive congratulations and a huge well done. I've got so many fond memories of you all. I've been teaching you for many years, from splatter artwork to drawing pictures to learning about famous artists like Picasso and Munch and Van Gogh. And I wish you all the best for high school. You're going to absolutely love it. Be open to all new ideas and experiences, and I'm going to follow your future artistic careers with interest. Right, I would now like to announce the Artist of the Year, and this goes to someone who's very creative, puts lots of love and effort into all the pieces that she does. She has been Artist of the Week no less than 3 times since she's been at St Andrews, and she hasn't even let online learning affect her artistic endeavours. She's just fabulous, and well done to Hafsa. Big fat congratulations. I think you're fabulous. Good luck in high school, and bye to everybody. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this brings us to the end of our first ever